Upon entering the park, I see several yellow-crowned night heron nests. This is the summer and the breeding range for these birds, and these are migratory birds that are monogamous. And they typically lay 2 to 8 eggs per incubation, 21 to 25 days, cared for by both parents. In this case, we see one of the parents sitting on the nest with a single chick, taking care of the chick. East Lake Park was planned in 1886 by the East Lake Land Company to help sell home sites to men who came to work in Birmingham's steel industry. The lake's water source is from Roebuck Springs and Village Creek. It's a 45-acre lake situated in a 100-acre park and became a major recreation center of the Birmingham area. And in 1887, a streetcar line was run out to the park. The city of Birmingham purchased the park in 1917. And today this park is one of the largest municipal recreation facilities in Alabama. A relatively large number of birds both migrate, breed, or make residence in this wonderful park. This is a black-crowned night heron. It's a monogamous migratory heron that makes residence here at the lake as well. These are Muscavi ducks. These are large, polygamous, non-migratory, usually domesticated ducks. They typically feed on vegetation by dabbling in ponds, lakes, and rivers, and sometimes eat insects and seeds as well. But they are mostly residents here throughout the year. This is a Canada goose who migrated and made their home here. And again, this is a black-crowned night heron, most likely looking for nesting materials. This is a yellow-crowned night heron with some Muscavi ducks. As a yellow-crowned night heron looks over, decides to take flight. Again, this is a black-crowned night heron gathering nesting materials as he has a nest on this particular island in East Lake Park. This black-crowned night heron continues his search for the best nesting material he can find. He tugs at tree limbs to see if he can find one that's loose that will be a good fit for the nest. He also searches around for ones that may be dead and might fit, but sometimes they're just too big to handle. And as you can see here, he's wrestling with it, probably wondering, well, how am I going to get it out of here, and how am I going to fly it up, and how am I going to make it into the nest between some limbs and such. But the search continues for just the right piece for the nest. He hadn't quite made up his mind right yet. As we can see here, the nest of the black-crowned night heron, we have one of the black-crowned night herons tending to the nest. I can't tell from this angle whether there's young in the nest or not, but the male comes down. I assume it's the male, and I'm not sure if he's picking up something to remove from the nest. He seems to eat it, so it may have been leftover food that he brought earlier that she didn't want. The black-crowned night heron male appears to be cleaning his beak, while the female on the nest appears to be either rearranging some of the materials in the nest or potentially feeding a youngster. Here we see two proud Canada geese with their 10 gosling just gliding across the water, full of pride, and the little ones following along. Here we see a Muscavi duck and her little duckling. It's fun to watch them preen themselves, especially the little duckling. And we assume that may be the mom, could be the dad, Muscavi duck, but fun to watch nonetheless. Here we have the gosling on a small peninsula while the parent stands watching by while the youngsters feed. The yellow-crowned night heron is a medium-sized stocky heron that's monogamous and migratory, but does spend summers here, at least summers, breeding and nesting around this lake. Their food consists primarily of crustaceans, but they also eat small fish, reptiles, amphibians, insects, and mollusks, and forage in open water, mud flats, and primarily submerged vegetation. The bird here was feeding in the submerged vegetation and along the shoreline, and I was able to kind of get close to him, maybe 30 feet. I was moving real slowly and mostly stayed still with my tripod and that, but really kind of a fun bird to watch as he looked around and seemed to, ignore me. But finally he started to move off, and I enjoyed my time seeing him. In conclusion, East Lake Park, a great place to visit.